Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 29th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is when I connect to infinite possibilities, I am directly connecting to the divine. How's that for some insight? I was like, wow, when that energy mantra came through. That's so true that when we can trust in these infinite possibilities instead of tiny, boxed, logical things, that we're actually connecting to the divine, because the divine is the source of these infinite possibilities and the infinite solutions. What a spirit of Sagittarius. I love it. So today we have a weird and wacky and maybe wonderful day. Maybe. We have Mercury direct. Hooray! It's Mercury direct day. Mercury has been retrograde since November 9th. It has been back in Scorpio since November 18th, and it will move back into Sagittarius on December 12th. So we've got a little bit more time of really feeling things deeply. Not to mention this grand trine energy is ongoing, and energies at the last degrees of Pisces ongoing, plus Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. All of these things are deeply feeling things. So we are for sure in the feels and meant to be experiencing things through feeling. So I have teared up at so many different things today, good and not so good as judged by my brain, right? Just know there is more of that. So with Mercury going direct officially at 9:38 a.m. Pacific time, we are out of the retrograde. However, we are in the shadow for the next little bit. And so at least through probably December, I would say 18th probably is when we'll be like, about leaving this shadow state. So we've got more of these shenanigans, and we've got more of these, like I said, deeply feeling experiences to go through. Be aware of that for the next little bit. However, I do think that this does lift the energy a little bit. We also have Venus finishing up in Scorpio. Tomorrow it moves into Sagittarius. So that will also lighten things a bit. That being said, like I said, today's energy besides that is a little weird and wacky. The moon is doing the most. We have the moon finishing up in Pisces today. I don't know how you felt today, the day I'm recording, Friday, but I was like zonked. So there may be some more lazy cat as the moon continues to move through the remaining degrees of Pisces. The moon is actually bringing forth that grand trine water, connecting to Mercury, connecting to Jupiter, connecting to Saturn. That's going to be the morning, so we might really have deeply feels in our experience in the morning. We then have the moon connecting with Venus, finishing up in Scorpio. Some energies may be revealed in that. While this is a trine, the moon, especially the moon in Pisces and these final karmic degrees, loves to be a revealer of things. The thing I'm looking at and finding most interesting is the moon connecting to both Neptune and Uranus, both at the final degrees. So it's an opposition with... No, it's not an opposition. Sorry, I'm thinking about Venus. Venus is actually going to be also connecting to Neptune and Uranus. Venus is in opposition to Uranus. The moon is sextiling Uranus. Hello, lazy cat. And then conjuncting Neptune. So Venus, Neptune, Uranus, and the moon are all kind of like in this interesting hijinks. And like I said, this is energy where stuff is revealed. Uranus loves to reveal things that can help us liberate, shake off the stuff. So Uranus wants to do that. Venus in Scorpio can be very seductive and very attraction oriented and desire oriented. However, Venus in Scorpio is very much a detective in regards to relationships and anything. So in connection with this Pisces moon that's connecting to Saturn and Neptune and wanting to reveal things, and Uranus, something unexpected might be revealed. This could be in your life. This could be happening in the world. I think it's happening actually all the time in the world right now, and we're a little bit saturated by it. But also this can be revealing energies about yourself, especially if you allow yourself to dig in a little deeper to what you're feeling and the why of what you're feeling, and really dig into those roots. This energy can really help us understand ourselves deeper, which will be nice because the moon's moving into Aries at 5:07 p.m. Pacific time. That moon into Aries, I think, is going to kick the energy up a little bit. I think until then, there's a strong chance of strong lazy cat. So do take it easy. The oracle card is breathe. Take it easy, breathe. One of my favorite quotes is from my friend Nicole, and she says, God is in the oxygen. And I think that goes so well with the energy mantra of connecting into infinite possibilities, because that is the space of the divine. Today could be one of those days like where you just spend a lot of time in meditation, contemplation, savasana energy, like leaning into it. I also have to say, I'm just staring at this picture of like this girl and a polar bear in the waters, and that's really what this energy feels like so much. Just this really watery energy and just kind of like being with the universe. Once the moon moves into Aries, that is when we have our Venus-Uranus opposition. Now, this energy can be very triggering for relationships as well. So please be aware of that. It might be slow, but the irritation might be rising with that. And the first connection the moon in Aries is making is with Pluto, and that can explode it.
Motion detected at the DJ cam.
I had the fighting card in reverse, and I think that's like an advisement, like really try for the introspection. It's not to say don't speak up if you have something to say, but like I think fighting, oh, this makes sense, these cards. Projections, comparison. My feeling is that...
Motion detected at the DJ cam.
Wish I had turned that down before we started. That it's going to be actually something that you actually need to look at within yourself. It's really going to be easy to project this. Turn it back into yourself. What is your lesson? Where are your boundaries needed? Where do you need to honor yourself in and through this energy? Consciousness card was the first card that came out today, and I think that this is going to require that. Now, I also have, until further notice, celebrate everything, or I get by with a little help from my friends. So this energy may help support through some of this other stuff. I mean, like I said, it's Mercury direct day, so this is good, but the other energies are a little like I said, revealing. So let yourself be revealed to yourself for, I don't know, for greater embrace of yourself, but also recognizing the places that you are still hanging back, holding back, ashamed of, carrying shame, any and all of those energies, so you can shift that.
Motion detected at the DJ cam.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so besides all this, my November sale, end of November sale, readings for $50 or reading clearing for $60. I'm going to bring forth my offerings for 2026 on Monday. This is just chaos. Chaos is happening right now. That's specifically off and should not be happening. Anyway, sorry for all that. Offerings coming. Besides all this, I'm letting this go. I feel like this is the last of Mercury retrograde shenanigans. Book a reading, book a clearing, check out the sale, and the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust the process. Namaste.